1 is easy, right? There's your olfactory.
Yeah.
And you can see this line here that really continues from the olfactory. And this is the part of the telencephalon that's associated with olfaction. So in most mammals, and especially in primates, this part of the brain, which is the dorsal pallium, grows really big. This part, which is smell, basically, is the big part of the telencephalon in the shark and in most other things. But in mammals, this is the huge part. Right? This was your optic nerve, right? And the optic nerves originally were crisscrossing, and so you have the optic chiasmus where they share left and right side, so you can integrate your visual image. Now, your oculomotor nerves stayed stuck to your dura mater. There and there are the oculomotor nerves.
Would you put a dura mater on the practical?
I could, but dura mater, it'd ask you, what is this?
What about the nerves on the dura mater?
Yeah.
No, what I would probably do there is, like, for example, here is cranial nerves 5 and 7. Okay, that's the trigeminal, that's the facial. So I could ask you, if I asked you on this brain, I would basically point to the scar where those came from. So that's where 5 came from, that's where 7 came from. So I would do that, but what I might do is take an entire brain, still in the dura mater, and I could ask you 5 and 7 on that, just fully intact. I wouldn't ask you 5 and 7 like pinned on this, but on either an intact brain with the dura mater, in which case I could pin 7 or 5, or here, in which case 5 and 7 could be pinned down. Okay, which one's this?
Sure.
Okay, right. So most of them are okay. Yeah, just back here, they tend to get sort of damaged. So this is visible right here. So which one is that?
The hypoglossal, actually,
Glossopharyngeal. Facial.
So this one, if you look where you are, you're right back near the spinal cord here. So this is the hypoglossal back here, right? This is all the way back here, okay? And then right up here on the sides, a little higher on the sides, is where all of the other ones are. So there's some of that over here. So, and they're kind of fibrous looking. Essentially, they don't look like much at all, but there's the spinal accessory, and there's a division in there. These are a little bit stuck together, but that's spinal accessory back here, and then the vagus and the glossopharyngeal are sitting up in here, kind of running into each other. Right? But they get this kind of stringy appearance because when they're yanked out, they kind of fragment. Okay? But that's not bad. That's actually pretty good for the posterior ones. And the only thing I see in yours is that 3 ended up on here. That's the only kind of significant issue. Right? And you did this, looked up in here. Right, so you get your pineal up in here, and then your superior and inferior colliculi, which are here. So this is your mesencephalon, and that's the top of your diencephalon. Okay. Right? And then when you do your cut, you can clearly see where the white matter begins, right? So like gray matter, white matter, and that white matter, the view of the white matter, right? This view here is giving you this connection between the left and the right sides, just in front of the pineal, right? So when you see these like splenium and the genu, these are just the different parts of this cut through the white matter here, right? And the thing as a whole is the corpus callosum. The whole of that white matter is the corpus callosum, right? And then inside the corpus callosum are the left and the right ventricles. So when you cut through that, you'll be able to poke your probe into the open space inside the two heads. Okay?